Hey, chat.
Hey guys. This we're pre-filming this episode because we will not be here next week to film it in real time. So, happy Thanksgiving. What are you thankful for?
A break.
Oh, real.
No. Like, I'm thankful for family. And a support group.
Friends and family, honestly.
Yeah.
We're kind of creating this new little friend group, so we'll see how that goes.
Maybe.
Maybe. Okay, funny story before we actually get into the topic today, because it does. So, Aiden took like a 4-hour nap. And she wakes up, right? And I always know when she wakes up because she snaps me. So, she wakes up, and I come out of my room because I saw that she had snapped me. And I was like, good morning, even though it's like 8 p.m. It's 7 p.m. It's not 8 p.m. It's 8 p.m. now. And I was like, I was getting food because we have a rotisserie chicken. And she goes, I'm on a chocolate shake from like Whataburger. And I was like, okay, that sounds good, honestly. And she's like, we're gonna go get them. And I was like, oh, okay. So basically, she had a dream about chocolate shakes. And it made her want one. So we went and got chocolate shakes. Well, she got a chocolate strawberry mix thing and french fries.
Mm-hmm.
And after she got it, she said, dreams do come true. So if you dream about it, you can make it a reality. She for sure did.
Yes.
So I already drank one. Anyways, anything interesting happened to you today?
I got an A on my chemistry exam. I ate out of. Now my algebra. Oh, did you hear that? That was the hit.
Yeah, I did.
My algebra one. I don't know. I really don't. I don't have high aspirations for it. What about you?
My economics class got canceled. So I was done with class by 12. Yeah. So I took a nap while I waited for her to get out of class. Fun times. Okay. I guess we're gonna go into today's topic, which is our coming out stories and the gist. What it was like for us coming out. Because neither of us are straight. Crazy.
Fun fact of the day.
Fun fact of the day.
Actually,
I'm a lesbian.
I don't know.
She's either like bisexual with like a strong lean towards women.
I think I am more like lesbian, honestly. Like, I don't see myself marrying a man.
Yeah, and you don't
I don't
date to date.
No, I date to marry. Cause like, I just hate like hookup culture and all that kind of crap.
Real.
I cannot.
Who invented hookup culture?
Some horny frat boys or something.
Probably. Oh my gosh, yesterday we were walking to the library and it was this group of guys and they were wearing like the same exact outfit and had the same exact smell because we had to like walk through them and it was just like frat boy smell. Anyways.
It was disgusting.
When did you come out?
I was trying to think about that. It was either freshman or sophomore year.
Okay, so I came out in like parts. It's like I did not come out as a whole.
Mm.
I came out sophomore year to friends.
Mm. Oh yeah.
And then I came out junior year to family. And then senior year I was still coming out to family. Like it was very spread
I
apart.
forgot the difference. My friends knew.
Some of the friends I told were like, we're happy you finally figured it out.
That's
We've
how
known for a
mine
while.
were.
And I was
Yeah.
like, okay.
Like, well, couldn't you?
Like I told
me?
one person and they were like, finally you admit it. And I was like,
literally. But I don't know if I really like that reaction. It's kind of like, oh.
I told one of my friends, because like we've been best friends since we were like 3rd grade. And I was like, so I'm going to tell you something, but genuinely you already know because you've been telling me for like years now. I'm not straight. And they were like, I'm aware. I was like, thanks. Bro, my mom had that reaction too. I told her, and she was like, I saw this coming. And I was like, okay, thanks, Mom.
Yeah.
I'm gonna delete the questions as we do them.
Okay.
When did you realize you weren't straight?
Like middle school.
I realized my sophomore year. Like, okay, I had like an idea that something was different in like 8th grade. Because I was like, this isn't. And then like freshman year, I kind of was like, okay, maybe I'm not straight. But I think I was in denial until my sophomore year.
Yeah.
Like, I kept telling myself no, even though I don't know why.
See, I was in like a relationship in middle school for like 7 months, and it was like over like COVID as well. So like I was just honestly trying to like pretend and like, you know.
Yeah.
But like I had no like romantic feelings for him. Sorry.
I'm being honest. Dating glasses really did it for me. Really made me realize. Because the entire time I was with him, his twin sister, also my best friend at the time, would like flirt with me and like we would actually go like do stuff, and like she's straight, keep in mind, but like we would like act more like a couple than me and him did, and I think I was just like, and I genuinely like I enjoyed it more when me and her would go do stuff than me and him, and I was like, okay, so maybe, just maybe, this isn't normal.
Yeah.
How did you come out?
Oh, my funny story again. Wait, but which time?
Let's do friends first.
Or like, friend? Oh no, I'm talking about like. Oh, he's fine.
No, he was
Like-
typing.
Oh. Like the. Just like sexuality, or like with the relationship, and kind of sexuality again.
That one.
Wait, which one?
What? Sexuality.
Okay. So the first time, I called my mom upstairs, and I sat on my bed, and I was like kind of crying, honestly, because I'm also like, I'm more of a religious person, so it was really hard.
Yeah.
And I was telling her, and of course I had a murder documentary going on in the background, and I told her, and then like I just trauma dumped about like being like sexually assaulted, like all that kind of stuff. I just like let it all out, and I was just like sobbing. She was like, oh, okay. It was just really.
Oh, so you kind of like
Yeah.
distraction. How about when you came out to friends?
Honestly, I don't even remember doing it that. I think I
Oh.
just was like, oh yeah, I'm dating this like girl. And I
Best
was
way
like-
to come out.
Yeah. But like they all knew pretty much already. So,
I'm gonna do family 1st
Mhm.
because you did. So when I told my mom, so my dad was out of town, and so I got home from work, and it was late because I closed that night, and I walk into my mom's room, and she's awake watching TV, and I was like, "Can I tell you something?" And she was just like, "Sure," and I was like, "You can't tell Dad. I'll tell him." And she was like, "Okay," and I was like, "I'm bi." This is when I thought I was bi. And she was like, "Okay, I kind of already had a feeling." And I was like, "All right." We talked a little bit, and then I left. When I came out to my dad, I took him out to dinner. Keep in mind, me and Em were already together for a month, or about. And so, me and him go to dinner, and I drove us there. We go, we ate, he paid, we left. I told him on the way home. I was gonna tell him during dinner, but I didn't. So we're driving home, and I was like, "By the way, I'm dating Emily." And he goes, "Okay." And I was like, "Cool." And then we changed the subject. Now, my mom's side, I never officially came out.
Mm.
They kind of figured it out when Emily started coming to everything, and then KK knew. So she kind of told them. That was terrifying. She kind of told them for me, and I gave her permission to. Like, I came out to my cousins, but that was it. Now, my dad's side, it was funny. Emily had come with us on a family vacation, and we were here, actually. And my mom just kind of was like, yeah, Emily's Kiana's girlfriend. And everyone was just like, okay. And we moved on. Now, when I came out to my friends, I came out to one of my friends on the FaceTime. Because she came out to me.
Mm.
And I was like, you know, funny story, while we're on this topic, I actually called you to tell you that I was... And so, it was kind of a joint come out.
Oh gosh.
And then when I told Emily, I pulled her aside at, like, our sting Christmas party, and I was like, hey, by the way... And she got really excited, which is funny, because now we're dating. And then all my other friends was kind of just, like, they gradually found out.
Mm.
Like, some of them found out once I got in the relationship. Some found out because I told them. It all kind of just depended on the person.
Yeah.
Did everyone support you? And if not, who didn't support you?
Honestly, I think support is a strong word.
Alright.
Especially in, like, my family. They more, like, kind of try to sweep it under the rug.
Mm.
Which, I mean, that's valid if you're, like, your perfect little angel daughter is just not so perfect anymore.
Yeah.
So I think we just kind of ended up sweeping under the rug, which is why it made it hard to, like, come out to them with a relationship.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Are they elephants? No, like, that's the phrase.
I know.
Oh.
Continue.
What was I even saying? But no, like, we more or less just, like, swept under the rug. And then the person that was, like, mean to me a lot in high school, he's like, I want to go get them. But, no, he just, like, told me that the relationship wasn't going to work, all that kind of stuff. And I mean, well, I guess you predicted it. Oh well. Anyways, I don't know. So I think I did have some problems, yeah.
My dad's side was a lot more supportive. My mom's side, some of them were more supportive than I thought they were gonna be, if I'm being honest. There's a certain part of my family, like my uncle and aunt, I've talked about them before,
Mm-hmm.
and one of my cousins. The other one is not as not homophobic towards me. Just the one. And so, like, the three of them, like, they all three know, and, like, they've never said it directly to me, but their posts say enough.
That's fair.
So, also, they don't really talk to me much anymore after I came out to them, so that kind of was oh, alright. Now, when it came to, like, friends, even the friends who didn't really support it weren't, like, they don't support it, I guess, but they're never mean. They think me and Emily are really cute. They just kind of, like, they're like, we don't support it, but y'all are adorable. So it's like, they're not mean towards me, so I'm just like, okay.
Fair. Yeah, no, it seems like you had a lot of, like, gay friends in high school. I did not. I was one of the...
It's easier to name how many friends I had that were straight than it is.
Not for me.
I don't even know. I found the one friend group that happened to be everybody is gay, and I was adopted into it, and then I just kind of...
Yeah, no, I was mostly around, like, all of, like, the Christians, and I love my friends. I love them so much. And they, like, honestly helped me. But, like, I didn't have, like, the gay, like, culture thing. No.
Who was the hardest for you to tell?
My mom.
I kind of know the answer to that.
I care far too much about her opinion. Like, it literally consumed me when I told her about the relationship. You saw. It consumed me. Yeah. And all for it to lead to nothing.
I think the hardest for me to tell was my aunt and uncle. Because, I don't know. I saw how they treated KK when she had come out. So it made me nervous.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess I did have every right to be nervous, but like, I don't know, I don't care anymore.
Valid.
Who was the easiest for you to tell?
My actual dad and stepmom.
Really?
Yeah, they didn't live with me, and
Oh,
my
okay.
stepsister's literally married to a woman.
Oh yeah, you
So-
literally mentioned that.
Yeah, it wasn't really hard. Plus, I didn't really care.
She's the tattoo artist, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, I didn't really care too much about their opinion, I guess, because it didn't affect me on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah.
Was that just me yapping?
What was?
That picture. I think it was.
No, you're kind of smiling.
Oh gosh.
The easiest to tell. Low key, my sister.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Cause I kind of just texted her one day. I was like, by the way, and she was just like, all right, and I was like, okay. And she was like, you know, I still love you, right? And I was like, yep. And she was like, cool. And then we had a conversation when I went to go see her this past summer, and she was like, you know, and like she had me explain like different sexualities to her, because she was like, I want to know more about it, so I never offend you in any way. So
That's nice.
she's willing to learn and stuff.
Yeah.
How long was it before you told people? Like after you realized?
About what? Like which side of it?
Like how long after you realizing you weren't straight did it take for you to tell people?
Honestly, when I realized I wasn't straight, I already started like talking to girls. So like, if anyone just like asked me, I would tell them.
Alright.
So like, if
It was a few months for me.
yeah, it's fair.
Yeah. And like still some people to this day are like, wait, you don't like that?
No, that's fair.
Like when I go to Thanksgiving this week, I'm realizing that I only told like part of my dad's side of the family, and I'm bringing my girlfriend to Thanksgiving.
Yeah, you know, I'm gonna get the question about how's college going? Because if I go,
I'm the only cousin in college right now.
bruh, if I go to my dad's side of the family, which I don't even know if he's gonna be there. If he's not gonna be there, I'm not going. Cause heck.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna get the question of like, how's college? Have you met any guys? All that kind of stuff. Even though I brought Pineapple with me to like some event last time I had to go.
I'm gonna get the questions of how's college.
Mhm.
I think that's just a foreseen question.
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably gonna get the relationship question, and that's when I'll be like, she's over there. Wherever she's at, she'll probably be next to me. Yeah. But no, I know they're all supportive, so that's not a worry at all. One of my cousins goes by they, them. Another one is literally dating a girl and has been for 18 years.
No, I would not get that.
But I'm realizing now a lot of them still don't know, so that'll be a fun one. So when you came out as bi first.
Mm-hmm.
I guess we've had this conversation before, but when did you realize you weren't bi?
That's a great question. You see, because like even in the relationship, when I had like those moments,
Because I know recently you've been kind of questioning it.
well, it was because it was often like portrayed in a relationship as like that's like not an option, like that's not what's happening. Because I think it was honestly her being more like, well, I'm not, so like how are you gonna be, like that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing like against her, that's just like her own thing.
Yeah.
But I don't even know, and it's also more of me trying to be like, well, I want to be like a good Christian, like all that kind of stuff. I want to like still have a chance where that is possible, but I don't know if I could like actually do that. So I honestly don't even know when I realized, but I think it was just like in the relationship. I realized I wasn't, but then now that I'm out of it, I'm just like, But I think it's just because I'm trying. Oh my gosh. I think it's just because I'm getting back into my faith, so then that's why it's like a question mark again.
Yeah. I accidentally pulled up.
Oh.
So I came out as bi at first. And then I thought I was pansexual. So I came out as pan.
I
Okay.
remember you telling me that.
Yeah, because when we first met, I still thought I was pansexual. And then
He's story for you later.
funny story for you later.
Not for the podcast.
No.
Okay.
Sorry.
And then I like over the summer I was starting to realize that like I don't know, anytime like I pictured my future it had been with Emily. But like there'd been a few times where I like not tried to picture like an alternative, but was like I had family who was like, oh, when you marry a man. And I sat there one day because I was like with my family, and they're like, yeah, when you marry a man, it was my aunt and uncle. I was just like, I was sitting there, and I was like, Emily's next to me, keeping back, and I was just like, I realized could never see myself marrying a man. Like if me and Emily weren't to work out, I could not see myself marrying a man.
Yeah.
And I had that realization, and then I kind of just like, when I came out, it was funny. Because, like, me and Emily were cuddling. Because I still, like, I don't really tell. People know I'm not straight. We leave it at that. They don't know my exact sexuality. Some people do, but not everyone does, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I remember just being laying there and being like, by the way, I'm a lesbian. And she was just like, okay. And I think I, like, fell asleep not too long after, not gonna lie. I fell asleep so fast. But, yeah. It was kind of like, it was a storyline. Just kind of.
That's fair. What else do we have to yap about?
Have you ever had, like, when you were with Pineapple, where you were scared to be affectionate in public?
Yes. And there's also times where like, like, I would want to be affectionate, but then like, she'd be completely closed off. I'd be like, no. Which I mean, that's valid. But yeah, there's also, I think whenever like that would happen, I would instantly feel like weird and like I would feel bad like I was doing something wrong whenever she like wouldn't want to be affectionate. So I'd be like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cross the line. But yeah, or like sometimes, even like recently, I would be like overly affectionate, I guess, and then like she'd be like, oh. But it's over. Oh, this is.
I will say I still get like that every now and then, like, but we both do. We'll have moments where like we'll just be like, meh. And we've gotten better at it. Now that Emily is out to her family, we kind of like we don't care about showing us affection as much. Like we're not gonna kiss in public, but like we'll hold hands, and like you will be able to tell we're dating and not just two friends who went to the store together.
Yeah.
And so, but like in the beginning, like we would struggle, but it didn't help. We live in a college town, and both of her parents are professors. And people who knew her parents knew Emily because like they have pictures of her and like stuff like that. So like it was really hard to like not necessarily like hide it, but like we had to be careful about who knew and where we were, because if they were like,
That's how it works.
yeah, and it didn't help. There was one time I was at work, and this guy that I used to work with, but didn't work there anymore, comes up to me and goes, "You're dating the Falkenberries kid." And I was just like, what? Because Emily was not, like, had not told her parents. So I'm sitting there, and I was like, he's like, yeah, I have her mom as my professor. And I was like, shit. And I was like, and he was like, there's no point in denying it. I've seen y'all's pictures. And I was just like, and he's like, don't worry, I won't tell her mom. And then just walked away. And I was just like,
Ooh.
like, I was so uncomfortable about this situation because I was just like, why?
What do you want out of it?
Yeah, like, why are you gonna come up to me to tell me that and then just be like, but I won't tell them, and walk away? Because now I'm paranoid. And so it's just like, alright, whatever, and moved on.
Yeah, no, I did that because my mom was a teacher.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, oh gosh. Do we have anything else to yap about?
I'm trying to think.
Oh god. My back hurts.
I know you've said it, but have you ever struggled with internalized homophobia?
Yes, all the time.
You look like you're dying.
I'm sorry. My back just hurts. No, I definitely experience that all the time, and I think it is because of like a religious background, and it's like it's a sin, but then at the end of the day, it's more of like everything's a sin, everything's gonna be tried equally. So it's like, I mean, I don't know how religious you are, but yeah,
I never was the family who went to church every Sunday.
that's fair.
We went to church every now and then.
Yeah.
I'd go to youth every now and then, but like we were never the type to constantly go.
Well, here, let me bring up this question. Since she likes to go to church every Sunday, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if y'all have kids, are you gonna raise them to go to church every Sunday?
We've actually had this conversation, and we decided, because I'm not against going to church. There's nothing, like, I will go to church, and every now and then I go with her.
Mhm.
And we had the conversation that, like, it'll stay like that. Like, sometimes I'll join her and sometimes I won't. You know?
Okay.
Because it'll just be like, it depends on what's going on that weekend type stuff. Because sometimes I use Sundays to sleep in. And so, like, it could still be like that, if I'm being honest. Like, it genuinely just depends. But, like, my exact words were, I would still go to church with you. It's just not going to be a guaranteed weekly thing. And so when we were talking about it, our kids would be raised as they will go to church with her. And then once they hit the age of, like, being able to, like, say they don't want to do something, if they don't want to go to church that week, they don't have to. Because they're going to be raised in the way that they'll see that I'm not always going. So we're going to raise them to be, like, as Christians and to believe in all that, but we're not going to force them to go to church type thing.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, like, it's always going to be their option if they want to go or not.
Yeah, I can see that.
And I think it's just that, like, it's that way because that's kind of how I was. Like, I was never forced to go to church. And if I'm being honest, Emily's not either. She goes because she wants to. Her sister goes every now and then, and her brother doesn't go at all. But they were all raised going to church. But they have the option. Like, her mom doesn't always go. She goes every now and then. Her dad goes, but purely because he plays in the church band. So,
That's fair.
it's one of those things where, like, it's going to be their option. But until they're able to voice their opinion, they'll go with her. Except when they're really young. Because I guess there is the nursery. It depends. It also depends on where we end up going to church, where we live at the time. Because, like, right now, we'll be living here. But we definitely, I don't think we'll still be living here when we have kids. I don't even think we'll still be in Texas.
Move to Oregon.
So it genuinely just depends. Because
Move to Oregon.
I think we'll be in Montana.
Oregon's cooler.
Okay. Well,
Although I don't even know if I see myself completely in Oregon anymore. Well, it's because, like, you should never attach a place to a person.
but she in fact attached a place to a person.
I attached so many things. But I mean, you kind of do that after, like, basically 4 years. Like, it's kind of hard not to.
I did that with Em. We haven't even been together 4 years. Like, anytime I think of Arkansas, I think of her. Because that's where her grandparents live. And that's where she always is.
Yeah, I think of Pineapple with Oregon because, like, we planned
Y'all had a
everything.
future there. And, like, the thing is, like, me and Emily have planned a future, but not, like, in a certain place. Like,
I did that.
like, we have a future planned here, but it's really just for college, and well, we saw how that went. And we still see how that goes. But, like, we have, like, we've planned, like, oh, we'll get a house, and, like, we'll have these cars and that type of stuff, and, like, we'll have these jobs, but, like, we haven't planned, oh, it's gonna be in this town, in this state.
Yeah. I'm still wondering if I'm gonna end up in maybe Washington or Oregon or Hawaii is always an option.
So I won't be moving to Hawaii, but I'll visit you all the time. I'll come spend my summers in Hawaii.
You can have my guest
I'll
house.
work my business online. you know?
Yeah, Hawaii's really cool.
Because Em's gonna be a teacher, so she won't work summers.
Yeah?
We'll come bother you.
Yeah.
My kids will have Hawaii summers and be so confused.
No, because I'll end up being their favorite.
They're gonna be the kids that are like, hey, you wanna go here this summer? No, sorry, I'm in Hawaii all summer. All summer? Yeah, we're gonna go stay with our Aunt Aiden. We do it every summer, have since we were born. So you're rich. Well, no, we stay in her guest house. So she's rich. Well, kind of. I mean, she lives in Hawaii.
She's a lawyer. No, I think, honestly, on that topic, it's like, do you know when you think about, like, your future and, like, you're like, I have to work so hard right now, like, because, like, you need the future to happen?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, I've been doing that, like, a lot lately. And I've just been thinking, I'm like, I need to, like, have everything lined up. Like, I need to just, like, be set. But I'm just also, like, career driven. Which I think is honestly something that makes a relationship really hard. Because of how career driven I am and how, like, yes, I want a family, but, like, I also want to be really successful. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think it's like, we're never gonna be the family that has a lot of money. Because it's gonna be a teacher.
I mean, but you can be rich in experience.
Yeah.
Which I like that.
Yeah. And I think, I don't know. I want to be a family that travels.
I love traveling.
I've always loved traveling.
Mm-hmm.
Traveling is one of those things that I've enjoyed my, like, entire life. Like, for one of my birthdays, we went on an 8-state trip.
We need to travel. We need to go somewhere. We need to plan a trip. Where are we gonna go?
I don't know. I'll figure that out. So we're not planning on a podcast.
We're not gonna know when.
True. We're gonna go here. We say the dates, but not what year.
Mm.
It'd probably be like the summer, like spring break. Well, spring break is a very driven travel time. We'd have to go somewhere that.
Or we could go over like, well, maybe beginning of Thanksgiving break, and go up to like Salem or something.
I feel like we've planned this before.
But I want to go over
Like
Halloween.
Halloween. Oh yeah, we swear like instead of going partying, we'll go to sing.
Yeah, I want to go so bad. We'll plan it. Always have to have money.
Yeah. We'll have to get that first.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Do you have any closing advice about coming out?
Don't be scared. Or if you are scared, try and find resources that will actually that'll be helpful and that kind of stuff, and like find somewhere else if you feel unsafe.
Or find someone to talk to
Mm-hmm.
that you know will be there for you.
Yeah, but also like don't let religion be a thing that stops you. It's truly like, yes, religion is like super important, especially like I get that it's important, but it's also you want to be happy and not try and live your life for someone else,
Or as a lie.
or like or like just trying to make everything perfect so that in the end it'll be, you know,
Yeah.
but like I don't know.
Come out at your own time.
Oh yeah.
Don't let someone force you to come out sooner than you're ready.
I had experiences with that.
If, like, you come out and you get with someone, do not let them force you to come out. If they're not letting you take your time, maybe you shouldn't be in that relationship. But yeah, kind of giggly, but anyways, have a happy Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah.
We're getting to home! I'm so excited! Guys, she's been counting down the days.
I need to go home.
Hey, so we'll already be home when this is out.
Past me, right now me, I'm so excited to, or actually future me, are we excited to be home? I think we are. As a STEM major, I need out of this place. Right now. Anyways.
You
Sorry.
Trini, having fun with friends? I know you have plans.
Oh, I hope I have fun with friends.
Follow our socials in the
Like
bio.
tennis. Sorry.
Like and subscribe. We love you guys.
I was just saying thumbs up.
Um,
Wait, the next time they see me, I'll have short hair.
yeah, the next time you see Aiden, she'll have shorter hair.
Say goodbye to it.
Yeah, this is the last video you'll ever see her long hair
It'll
in.
be like, if I'm brave enough, it'll be like right here. But who knows? It might just be like.
You'll still have a few videos of my hair being this way, so. But yeah, we love you guys. Like and subscribe.
Yeah.
Have a good week.
Yeah.